Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwa. Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now this lesson is going to be based on 6 people that got killed in a fire at an apartment block in Belgium's Antwerp. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will be ratified. It says at least 6 people have been killed in a fire in a 10-story apartment tower in the Belgian city of Antwerp, police have told local media. Police said the local fire department received a call at 9:53 a.m. on Wednesday regarding a raging fire on the 8th floor of the apartment block in the Linkeroever area of eastern Antwerp. Several fire brigades, as well as ambulances and emergency teams, rushed to the building, which houses more than 200 people. It was still too early to give a figure for the number of injured. Firefighters were battling the blaze in difficult conditions due to its size and intensity. This is a very complex fire with poor visibility and heavy smoke inside the building. That makes it more difficult to extinguish. A spokesperson for the Antwerp fire zone was quoted as saying by the Brussels Times. Footage from the scene showed one man on an upper floor enveloped in smoke and hanging over a balcony in an effort to get fresh air before making his way to a nearby window. At first the electricity went out. 3 minutes later we got a fire alarm. By then there was already smoke in the hallways. Gert de Wolf, who lives on the 10th floor of the building, told Belgian broadcaster VRTNWS. So we tried to get down on our own, but we couldn't manage it anymore. We barricaded ourselves in our apartment and waited on the terrace. About 10 minutes later, the fire department came to rescue us from the terrace with their fire ladder. Another resident, who gave his name as Gerard, described helping a neighbor escape from an apartment filled with smoke, but being unable to find her cat. Belgian Prime Minister Bart de Wever, a former mayor of Antwerp, said in a social media post his thoughts are with the victims and the evacuated residents of the terrible fire on Linkeroever. However, the deep appreciation goes out to the emergency services who are striving to help the many affected people as quickly and safely as possible, and who are working hard to bring the fire under control. Linkeroever is a large residential area dotted with high-rise apartment buildings and bordering a major park where outdoor summer concerts are held. Yeah, but this honestly comes as no surprise, at least to those of us of the hopeful elect, because we understand that all of these fires are the judgment of the Lord. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higayon Selah. Yeah, so this fire that resulted in 6 people being killed, that was the Lord's judgment upon them. The Lord sent his spirit of vengeance, of fire upon that apartment building. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And those 6 people who died were wicked in the eyes of the Lord, and the Lord used that fire to punish them to destruction. And there's a lot of people who are never going to be able to wrap their head around that. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And through his spirits of vengeance, the Lord kills and wounds wicked people every day. Wicked men, wicked women, and wicked children. 1 Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And that's right. And even though the Lord's spirits of vengeance executed that judgment, the Lord determined how that judgment was supposed to play out, which was 6 people being killed. And that's what the spirits of vengeance were created to do, to execute the judgments of the Lord. Job 4:7, remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent, nor were the righteous ever cut off. So those 6 people who died were not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. They were wicked, and the Lord used his spirits of vengeance to punish them to destruction for their wickedness. Like it says in Psalm 7:11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. That's why every day judgment is brought upon wicked people. Whether they get stabbed, they get shot, they get into a car crash, they get wounded or killed in a fire. That's all the judgment of the Lord being brought upon them, because he is angry with them. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what takes place every day. Wicked people reaping what they've sown. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for those 6 people, it was just their time to die, according to the will of the Lord. That's why that fire was sent upon that apartment building, and those 6 people are the ones who didn't survive that fire. They're the ones who did not escape that fire, because they were not meant to escape. They were meant to die. And so that's how their judgment played out. And in these last days, there's a lot more people that are going to die, because it's just their time to, according to the will of the Lord Yahweh. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Just a quick lesson through the Spirit. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath. Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord's will. Until next time, Shalom.